Hello everyone, today we play the second part of the mission 6 of the Black Parade, kept away from view. Let's load the mission. We already discovered the hideout of the keepers and found some information about them, and we also recover the harp decorated with amethysts. And we still need to break into the restricted library and found a rare book. We still need to complete the loot goal. The restricted library is near the Blue Flame Tower. We still need 300 loot, so let's explore more of this building. What are you doing here, boy? Council Tower. Office of the Glyph Warden. Young Oliver is now sleeping, but it is not his health that worries me. His report of a statue moving by itself is what's troubling me, for I have heard of the same phenomenon occurring in several of our compounds. Our stone market seat, glyphs, vigil, and glass lock, to name a few. Could our glyph of enchantment be responsible for this? Could it be the result of some mischief from its part? Granting us vision is one thing, but giving status sentience is another. Glyph misbehaving, for lack of a better term, is also concerning, for it has happened a few times in the past few years, the most notable example being Keeper Catalina's scalding of her writing hand when she was working on a complex essay. Too many questions and no answers. Another Keeper medallion. We already been here. Oh, a healing potion, nice. Interpreter's Tower. Dissension among the Hammerite Order by Keeper Heimdall. The balance we must protect within the city is fragile and has mainly to do with the conflict between the two main factions vying for its control, the Pagans and the Hammerites. However, it would be unwise to ignore the conflict brewing within these factions, whereas the Pagans are mostly in agreement on their methods and beliefs in their endeavors. The Hammerite Order has found itself divided on several fronts. The main school of thought is known as the Builder's Teaching, and it's entirely focused on the righteousness of the soul to maintain an organized and active society. Their methods consist of choosing few quality members rather than recruiting a large quantity without scrutiny and making use of fear tactics to safeguard order and still respect of the law. This doctrine, however, does not focus on fighting paganism nor on the expansion of cities, which is where the disagreements come from. In Blackbrook, the main ideology is known as the Fellowship of the Builder. Its members, less focused on justice, choose to focus on smiting and trading to spread the Builder's words via endeavor. Referred to as merchants in disguise by the Holy Council due to the fortune accumulated by their high priests and the rarity of arrests, their main disagreement with the Builder's teaching is the use of fear to control public order. Instead, they prefer to leave this work to secular police and to focus more on fighting the trickster's worshippers and on urban work, which makes the fellowship highly popular with the nobility. On the other hand, the Red Cog Hammerites are rarely seen inside cities and are famous for their aggressive attitude. The members of this doctrine are active along countryside roads, protecting travelers and woodcutters from pagans and woodland creatures. This ideology is, however, controversial, and several of its members were accused of sorcery and heresy due to their skewed interpretation of the builder's teaching, and acts of cruelty against innocents. It also focuses on quantity rather than quality hiring en masse from the order's courts. Besides, it is the only school of thought that does not apply the nymph presumption law to freely accepting women into the order. While these three doctrines have complemented each other for the most part, they are slowly shifting towards a schism, especially after the arrest of several priests of both the Fellowship and the Red Cock, ordered by the Holy Council for apostasy, a sign of an uncertain future. Oh no.
Where do you think...
You think you're smart, boy? See, you're not that smart. This is the Blue Flame Tower. I hear footsteps.
I wish I was a dog. Yes? 'Twas surely an acolyte, nervous after meeting an elder, like me.
Observations on the city wardens. Anno 820. In the year 820 was particularly bloody. The year 820 was particularly bloody, and the power balance between the crime overlords of the city was at its most fragile. The wall was already well established in North Quarter and Shellbridge, but his sudden takeover of Newmarket in Pampinosus led to an all-out street war with Sterling, warden of Newmarket, downtown and South Quarter at the time. The Baron's police and the Order of the Hammer were powerless before such uninhibited gang violence. Indeed, it was not a rare sight to witness mobs of thugs and rogues fight each other to the death in marketplaces or alleyways. Sterling has secured an alliance with Ramirez, Warden of Hightown, a few years back, but the latter had already betrayed him by Feuillade, sensing a turn of the tide, and had been supplying reinforcement and equipment to the wall in secret. This conflict lasted until Veneficus, when the wall definitively took over Sterling's territory, had him executed, and gazed south quarter and downtown to Ramirez, establishing him as the second most powerful warden after the wall. Another less bloody but equally important conflict happened in Recidivus between Lord Mayor Hegemon Broderick and the short-lived Waden, Warden of Stonemarket and Lower Locks at the time. The young but ill-tempered crime lord had been warden for only 4 months, having assassinated the previous warden, Leonid Broderick, brother to the Lord Mayor, in his sleep. Widely unpopular among his men and subordinates for such a treacherous act, they quickly secured a secret alliance with the Lord Mayor, who was not particularly versed in crime but still had ties with other wardens, thanks to his late brother, and had Waden gruesomely assassinated in broad daylight. Some say a beast slew him, but a more plausible explanation is a group of thugs brutally murdered him. In any case, reports indicate that the Baron Police did not intervene during this event, and the Hammerites were reportedly strangely absent. Broderick's reign, however, turned out to be as equally short-lived as Waden's. The wealthy, ambitious, and strategic Webster bought off Broderick's men and took over his entire territory by the end of the year without any bloodshed. Hoster, please prepare the vacant guest room to receive Translator Gamal. She is not to be disturbed under any circumstances when she is in her quarters. Make sure the nearby hall is dead silent as well. I do not wish to provoke the first keeper's ire. Nathaniel.
Hall should be silent.
Got you. Here is the restricted library. No acolytes allowed beyond this point. Okay, so we have the ring key. On the choice of the Darkwatch site. Darkwatch Sanctuary was founded in 722 in in the then industrial district with the purpose of breaking the secret of the impassable gates in the South Grotto. Speculations abound with regards to what is found beyond these mysterious gates, as a strong magic presence can be felt, but in 100 years none has been able to break the seals. It is theorized by Superior Elder Silvus, currently the head of Darkwatch, that a powerful artifact is needed to unseal the doors. This artifact is rumored to be the fabled Zilich amulet, of which parts have been scattered on the four winds and have eluded our order for centuries. The location of Darkwatch Sanctuary is also strategically advantageous to the now old industrial district is close, as the now old industrial district is close to Markbell, Highwatch and Lampfire Hills. This has allowed our order to observe with great attention the power struggles on the northeast bank and to intervene should the balance be broken. The Hammerites of Saint Trinet, for instance, have started to quarrel with the Hammer Hill seat and may try a coup. We must be vigilant if this happens. Keeper Venshaw. Codex of Keepers who strayed from our purpose. Any brethren listed here should be found and captured at all cost for the danger they represent. Interpreter Yante, misreading a prophecy without any attempt at correction, responsible for disastrous consequences. Keeper Renawald, revealing, has told up to 10 individuals about the existence of our organization in a tavern. Elder Eldarius, abuse of glyphs, has subjugated an innocent mind for 2 years. Scribe Tarxas, dark magic used the study of the glyphs for destructive purposes. Keeper Olasium, murder, killed Elder Lopus and tried to burn the evidence. Keeper Olstein, betrayal, has stolen several important rhymes and fled to Roxburgh. Could be a spy from the mysterious order. Elder Dan, abuse of glyphs, illegal use of the glyph of Yaut for sentimental reasons. Scribe Vanson, misappropriation, has stolen a dozen dangerous tomes without authorization for personal interest. Keeper Ketius, betrayal, attempted assassination of third Keeper Orland. Keeper Jonas, revealing, sent secret messages to the wrong address for 5 years, denies his mistake. Keeper Mercedes, misappropriation, use Keeper training for personal interests such as thievery, blackmail, and other crimes. A compendium of sentience. Herein you shall find a list of the known sentients. They are classified in 2 different categories: sentients, lesser sentients. Sentients, also known as artifacts, soul stones or relics. A grouping of 5 objects possessing special powers and what is thought to be a consciousness normally only associated with living entities. presumably created as part of an ancient safeguard against the forces of evil. Examples include the hearth and the chalice, also called the Builder's Cup by the Hammerites. Efforts to confine all the sentients to one place for study have failed. How and when they came into existence is not known. Recommend further study. 5 sentients are known to be located in and around the city they are. The aforementioned hearth, currently exhibited in the Wheelstrom Museum. The aforementioned chalice, currently kept by the Hammerites in St. Edgar's Cathedral. The eye, currently sealed within the Order's quarter within the Old Quarter Cathedral. The Jacknal's paw, currently in the possession of the Dryads of Witchwood. Gruliak's crown, whereabouts unknown but thought to be located close to Karat Din. It should be noted that these are likely not the only sentients, or higher sentients as they should be described more accurately, in existence. Several other sentients have been theorized to exist according to various texts, both from our time and before and in many other different cultures. Lesser sentients. These sentients also possess a consciousness, but are not as potent as the ones described in the previous passage. Unlike the other sentients, these are more than often the result of magical creation and were built with a specific purpose, ranging from the mundane to the destructive. Examples include, but are not limited to, the Medallion of True Seeing, whereabouts unknown, Esterridge's Chimes, currently in the possession of Lady Sibel, Kara's Drag, whereabouts unknown, note this item being the sentience is doubtful at best, Hulich mask currently kept in the First Keeper's watch.
Oh, there you are.
Oh no. What is this girl?
I'm getting a really strange vibe from that little girl. Better not mess with her.
You could hurt me.
You will pay for this.
Stop hiding and stop running and stop hiding and be killed.
Oh no. It's better to use the game advice and not mess with this girl. He cannot be knocked down.
I'm getting a really strange vibe from that little girl. Better not mess with her.
A lot of marble floors. I don't like this. The Feuillade Hollow Sanctuary Catastrophe. Recent reports indicate that after a thorough examination of the written documents of that time by Elder Hannas and Elder Petros, the catastrophe which flooded and buried our sanctuary in Fidwick Hollow in 723 was in fact correctly prophesied by interpreter Iante. It appears translator Eudora made a mistake in her translation during interpreter Iante's last prophecy, stating that the tremors were in fact not a danger when they absolutely were. Notes found in a concealed alcove in her quarters a few years ago, in which translator Eudora admitted her mistake, permitted Elder Hannas and Elder Petros to shed some light on this incident. This revealed mistake is more than serious, as it puts into question translator Eudora's other translation and capacities as a translator. Was this her only mistake, or did she commit more during her time? Moreover, interpreter Iante's flame was slandered. She was removed from her position and unjustly tried with no means of defense after the sanctuary was suddenly lost to the cave-ins and subsequently flooded. The two elders believe that with this new information, First Keeper Xavier should hold a pardon ceremony and clear interpreter Iante's good name. That marble floors are very annoying. Azaran the Cruel, Necromancy and the Black Parade, in Schism from the Hand Brotherhood. The origin of the Hand Brotherhood are mysterious to the list. They are considered cased outside any jurisdiction in their place of origin in the Far East. They travel the world establishing sanctums to study various magical phenomena. Two such sanctums are in the Heartland. A complex of towers beyond the city is known as the Mage Keep, and another sanctum within the city inside the old High Watch Castle. An archmage of Yore Dabish chose to be interred here. We believe his choice was not at random, and the arrival of Hand Renegade Azaran the Cruel in the city all but confirms this. Azaran, an infamous and ancient mage, is an avid practitioner of necromancy. For this, he was exiled from his homeland in the Far East and branded a heretic by the Hand Brotherhood. Due to both his interest in necromancy and his desire for revenge against his homeland, Azaran gained a following that coalesced into a rogue mage enclave, the Black Parade. The Hand Brotherhood anathematized this group circa 827. Why did Azaran seek out the heartland and the city? With the acquisition of a rare extract taken from the lost anti-necromantic mage polemic, Abuptiar's tablets, we have a reasonable answer. Most of the obscure incantations and odd imagery in our extract is meaningless without the whole text. However, one subject of great concern recurs throughout. There exists a physical source of some awful magic with the power to capture the souls of those who touch it. This sentient object, unnamed and undescribed, out of fear, was alleged at the time the tablets were carved to be in the heartland. If this remained true today, it explains Azaran's choice to settle the Black Parade in the city. Such a vessel of souls would provide ample fuel for any necromantic rituals. Fortunately, even our limited extract contains the central purpose of Abuptiar's tablets, to archive the method that the Hand Brotherhood devised to annul necromancy and to travel to the realm where these captured souls reside. The extract speaks of 3 artifacts that the Hand Brotherhood has enchanted for this purpose. They are as follows: a rectangular ruby, initially sealed in a casket by Archmage Kurak, later retrieved by Tomb Raiders, circa 702. After some time in illegal trade, it was acquired by Master Gustavio Aldrius and earned the title Aldrius Demise after he ingested the gem in a fatal effort to conceal it. It resides in his family's tomb within the catacomb complex beneath Stone Market. A signet ring with a sapphire stone in the care of Archmage Teidir, locked away in a large mage mortuary in Hag Hill Forest. From the 2 unsuccessful expeditions we have sent there to recover Abuptiar tablets, we know that the Amethyst's harp was crafted as part of a trial for hand acolytes to access Teidir's tomb using magical silk strings from a source inside the complex, and have high confidence that the tablets are buried within. A gold amulet worn by Archmage Dubish, resting with him in his sepulchre at Highwatch Castle. We have failed to learn the purpose of this relic, and it may even be purely ceremonial. Many questions remain. Can this sentient vessel be destroyed? If so, would this trap the souls within forever? Did the Hand Brotherhood devise their method to enter this realm of souls in the hope of rescuing them? Has such endeavor been attempted before? Without the original tablets, we cannot begin to guess. We are unsure whether the tablets even hold this information. In secret, we have investigated the archives of the Hand Brotherhood for answers or a complete copy of the tablets, but we have found no trace of them. Necromancy has been a forbidden dark art for so long among the Hand Brotherhood. There is a chance that knowledge of this necromancy safeguard has been lost among their members, leaving them with no way of dealing with Azaran and the Black Parade should they ever locate and use this sentient vessel of souls.
So, the Hand Brotherhood wants to destroy these necromancers. I know that bastard DeWall has Aldrius Demise, and the Brotherhood already has the amulet. If I get that ring, too, they'd have everything they need to stop Azaran. And if they succeed, would that remove this curse?
Again we met this strange girl. A record of the use of Tatiana's flowers in taming sentience. Tatiana's flowers were first discovered circa 320 in the cold caves of the mountains of the Great Esse Range by a scholar who was intrigued by the tales and legends sung by the local druids. It took several years of study for the scholar, whose name is forgotten by all, to realize that these flowers, in fact, possessed magical properties that had strange effect near sentient objects, whether they were created by magic or, in the most rare cases, were thought to be creatures. One archmage hailing from beyond the great eastern expanse, Tatiana Jokovic, had heard stories about these fantastical flowers and, after fruitless experiments, found out they could be used to lull these sentients to sleep and to activate some of their most hidden mechanisms. Her groundbreaking discovery had many repercussions and has helped our order understand the nature of the sentients as well as a majority of their functions. As the year passed, the flowers became known as Tatiana's flowers. It should be noted that while Tatiana's flowers possessed a unique and strong power, not all sentients are equally affected by them. Indeed, the herd seemed to enter a blind rage should Tatiana's flowers be presented to it, and it has been known to have caused several people to commit suicide by whispering dark thoughts in their minds. We are powerless against the coming unwritten times by Elder Drake, an age of confusion and uncertainty. These are the words chosen by interpreters when prophecies concern the unwritten times, and many are keepers who fear this period said to occur after the Third Dark Age. But is there nothing we can do to stop it? The first thing to keep in mind is how our order gather information about the future. By reading books from the ancient times or watching for signs from the glyphs with the help of interpreters. Signs the unwritten times have to do with the lack of compass for the future. We could suppose it being either the destruction of our libraries or the death of all interpreters. Some also suspect the disappearance of all glyphs or even the end of the world, but all these outcomes feel more like the result of a dark age. This raises a question: are the unwritten times a consequence of the Third Dark Age or a means to prevent it? An answer would certainly be found by understanding the Brethren and Betrayal prophecy. However, no matter the origin of the unwritten times, the interpreters are unequivocal. The Order has to prepare for it and protect its knowledge by copying down the most important tomes and by placing more focus on retrieving lost prophecies before the unwritten times come. Otherwise, this event could upset the balance kept for centuries and mean an end of the Keeper organization. The Brethren and Betrayal Prophecy. Of all the prophecies our order has known, two are most worrisome, the Unwritten Times and the Brethren and Betrayer. It seems the two are linked. The Unwritten Times seem to be the Third Dark Age and would most likely have far greater ramifications than both the Dark Project and the Metal Age. Not only is the outcome unknown to us, but we cannot tell when exactly this would occur. This book, however, will concentrate on the Brethren and Betrayal prophecy. Very little is known about this prophecy yet, as the glyphs have not revealed much. Interpreter Kaduka does not receive much in the way of knowledge as far as it is concerned, but what we know so far could potentially help us understand what we are facing and take action in due time. The glyphs seem to indicate that the Brethren and Betrayal would play a major role in the coming of unwritten times. The Brethren and Betrayer would be someone among our ranks who would enshroud themselves in absolute secrecy and cunning subterfuge, thus making it harder for us to detect them. The Brethren and Betrayer would use scheming and conspiracy to divide us. Note, while I appreciate this isn't much to work with, I do believe these pieces of information will come in useful later. More research needs to be done. Elder Sebastian. Okay, so it seems that we leave the keeper's compound. We need to use a rope arrow here. Where we are here, in a strange pagan house, I think. We completed the loot goal. So we just need to return to our apartment. But I want to explore this city more. Dearest Herbert, I must thank you for all the kind missives you sent me during my little trip to Bonn. Sending them must not have been an easy task. I hope you weren't found. Bonn indeed is an exquisite and most refined city, much more attractive and welcoming than the city and its suit everywhere. I really could see myself living there with you, of course. Bonn is the city of art and lovers for a reason. The buildings there are white and grey, topped by complex spires and beautiful domes, decorated with particularly intricate architectural pieces. You'd be very fond of them and ooze with an undoubtable charm and certainly sense of modernity, which is why it doesn't really surprise me the Baron has been trying to get Bonnian architects to work on his dayport renovation project. I could hear very music in most of the streets I crossed, and the beauty of Bonn at night truly is breathtaking, especially when you are on High Bridge under a light nightly breeze and look at the council chambers caressed by the moonlight while merchant ships cross the river. Oh, Herbert, let's give up our life in this wretched city and start a new one there. I have been back to the city only for 2 days and I can barely stand it already. Your loving Clemence.
What I see there.
Think you're so clever.
Come on now, come on!
This is a piece of newspaper, the Excellent Gazette. We are not reading it. We still have trouble with this guard.
Don't think you can hide for long! I'll find you! Damn you! Come back out here!
Got you, man. You made too much noise. I think we need to use a rope arrow in this place.
Ah!
Well, let's use a healing potion. Demovant key. Food to coin. A lot of ways to go. Brought head arrows, we don't need them.
Halt! Be someone there?
Hammer anvil for...
It was only rats, in truth.
Who is there? Is someone there?
I hold there.
A healing fruit. Well, I think it's time to end the episode for now. We continue exploring this mission in episode 3. Let's make a hard save. So this was part 2 of mission 6 of the Black Parade, kept away from view. Thank you all for watching and see you for part 3. Goodbye.